What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, it's your boy Mansa here today in 2025. Yes, we're getting right to it. We're going to talk about all the most anticipated games for myself personally that I'm looking forward to for this year. Now, of course, on the channel, if you're new, we do the monthly, these are the best games that come out, our biggest games that come out for each month. But this video is going to be just my personal favorites or things that I'm most looking forward to this year. So if you're looking for just the biggest games and all that, this isn't the video for you. This is going to be my personal take on that. Of course, 2023 was a big year, with gaming, with releases all the time. We kept talking about how many games were coming out. 2024 was pretty good, but not, to that standard. But 2025 is looking like it's going to be really big as well. So if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Check all the links in the description. Of course, leave a like on this video and let's get right into these games for 2025. So the way I'm gonna do it is we're gonna go from each first party of the big three and then talk about the third party / indies at the end. So we're gonna start off with Nintendo first. Now for Nintendo, it's a little tough because we don't know everything that's coming out. We know a few things like Metroid Prime 4, the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake and things like that. But the big thing is Switch 2. And I'll be honest, going a quick rant real quick. I'm about to block all of you that are doing all the Switch 2 leaks and this, that, and like at first it was cool, it was further away and hey, this is what I'm hearing and all that. Now we talking about, oh, this chip is from 2018 and then you got Joe Merrick from Cerebi calling out leakers and stuff like that. Like, bro, enough. I'm so sick and tired of it. I want them to just announce this thing at this point. But either way, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for the Switch 2. Of course, the Nintendo Switch, I was a little late on it, but I did eventually get one when Smash Ultimate came out. So I was almost 2 years late to the party. But Switch was, right now the third best selling system of all time, second best home console of all time as far as sales go, has had amazing games come out for it, great ports that we never thought we'd probably see on a Nintendo system. And now the Switch 2, we know it's going to be announced at some point between, today and, maybe it does get announced this week and then gets revealed before the fiscal year ends for Nintendo in March 31st, 2025. And now the big question everybody's had is, okay, what games are going to come out? So for me, I'm excited to see what the system can do as far as the old hardware, but as far as new games coming out, we don't really know what's going to come out. People say Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a cross generation, if you want to call it that. I think we'll see a lot of that, games that come out on Switch and Switch 2 at the same time, especially in that first year. A lot of people are saying, hey, Mario Kart 8, especially Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, has been out for over 10 years at this point. It's sold over 60 million copies. We should be, we're due for a new Mario Kart, and it just makes sense. If you want to boost sales, get that really good attach rate, you would launch with a new Mario Kart. But for me personally, I'm looking for that next 3D Mario. Like, we had Mario Odyssey come out in 2017. 2017 overall was kind of crazy when you look at the first year for a launch window for the system. You had Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, you had Splatoon 2, you had Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You had a lot of games come out for the Switch, but we know 3D Mario is king. We need a new one. Super Mario Odyssey is one of my favorite games ever, not just Mario games, and now we need to see what the Switch 2 can do. We need to see what the next, I don't call it gimmick, but we know each 3D Mario game, you have something. You have, the Flood, before you had the Galaxy and Lunas and things like that. And you had Cappy in this game. So it's time. It's time to, finally see what they're going to launch it with. We don't think there'll be a 3D Zelda game anytime soon, considering Tears of the Kingdom just came out, less than 2 years ago. So it's time to see what that next game or what those launch titles are going to look like for the Switch 2 outside of its just new raw power. And then last up for Nintendo, now this is going to sound crazy coming from me because I kind of dogged Pokemon. I pretended like I was going to get back into it after 8 years. Went to the New York Nintendo store for the first time when I went to Anime NYC back in 2022, and I swore Scarlet and Violet was going to bring me back in. I got Legends Arceus. I swore I was going to get back in it, and I just didn't. I think I just went about things the wrong way. Listen, I had my expectations a little too high, and I think it was a little hard for me to come back into Pokemon after being away for a while. But I want to give Legends ZA a chance, man. I still didn't finish Legends Arceus, but I do plan to actually go back, start Sword and Shield, and then go back to Scarlet and Violet, finish Legends Arceus, and then Legends ZA looks really good. I mean, I know we've only got kind of like a concept trailer and everything like that, but just the rumors we're hearing of them, well, not even rumors, they hinted at the end of the trailer with like mega evolutions and things like that, you know, bringing us back to that Gen 6 energy. Listen, I'm gonna get it. All right. I know my sound like a hypocrite, but it might just be nostalgia. I don't know, but I want to play Pokemon, man. I just want to. Will I regret saying that? Who knows? But at some point in 2025, that game's going to come out and it's going to find its way into my Switch or Switch 2. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, so that's it for Nintendo. Again, like I said, not too much we know about coming out. We know about a few games. Now let's move on to, you know, my favorite, you know, platform of choice. Let's move on to Xbox, because Xbox has a ton coming out. I know we've been saying it for 4 years now, but 2025 for Xbox is looking crazy. And now my most anticipated games coming out from them, we could start with Avowed, which is coming from Obsidian, who has pretty much been keeping Xbox afloat when it comes to first party, you know, with Pentiment and Grounded. They're in those years when it was, you know, kind of slow. And then we got, you know, Avowed coming. We got Outer Worlds 2 coming out as well. So Obsidian's really been doing their thing. We've been waiting for this game for a while. I think we first got it shown like 2020 or 2021. Just some concept art. It was a lot darker, which people apparently preferred, but after new gameplay, you know, the fact that the game is coming soon, February 18th, we did get to see a lot more gameplay and things they've added, more details, and Obsidian kind of takes pride in being kind of that AA in a sense studio. Like they do put AAA quality, but as far as, you know, it's not over budget and super crazy graphics and things like that. There's more in that AA space, but we've just seen a million things with this game, from the combat, the different, you know, dual wielding, the different, even just from different YouTubers. They've given their thoughts on the game in their like first previews and stuff. And they've said, hey, there's a lot of dialogue, choice and consequence, which people love for RPGs especially. And then even different routes to go about completing a mission. Like you could go stealthily this way, you could blow up a wall over here and then go in through that way to go into enemy's lair. So listen, Avowed it's been a while, but to kick off, you know, Xbox's first party for 2025 is definitely going to be a good one. Next up, we have another fantasy RPG coming from Playground Games, and that is Fable. I know people already got mad about this game because the main protagonist isn't attractive or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what she looks like in real life, but they've let us know that we will be getting the choice to pick between a male or a female protagonist. And we've gotten little bits and pieces of gameplay, more so like story and narrative as far as the game goes. And people are a little worried just because, you know, Playground Games is known for making Forza Horizon, which is a arcadey, you know, driving racing game. But just from what we've seen as far as the graphics go and things like that and narrative, hopefully they can nail the gameplay and have, you know, really good combat and a really good loop and things like that. And just the mechanics of bringing back Fable, because this is a original tentpole franchise from the original Xbox, and they honestly, like, from what I've heard, it's going to be good. Until we're actually playing the game, we can't take anyone's word for it. But Fable shaping up to be really good. I think it'll be coming out in the fall this year. I think it'll be that big game we'll see at the Xbox showcase after the showcase, like they did for Starfield and like they did for Call of Duty. So definitely looking forward to that. Next up, we have Doom: The Dark Ages, and okay, so this seems kind of weird to be on my list if you've seen my channel and other videos, because I've talked about how, hey, I never was into like Doom or Doom Eternal or whatever, but people have just praised that game so much. And the easiest way for me to get excited for a new game is like, okay, I gotta go back and play the old ones. And now Doom: The Dark Ages, it seems to be kind of like a prequel of sorts, where Doom Guy is being transported back to like medieval times, but he still has the weapons and, you know, futuristic abilities and things like that. And the game just looks fun, right? Like fun, carnage, things like that is just going to be the way to get me to want to play a game. You got this powerful shotgun, you got this, you know, crazy gun that cracks skulls and then shoots them as weapons. You got this Captain America shield that's just going around slicing people up, and it's insane. Like, I think just if a game looks good, the gameplay's great, and you just make it super gory and violent, just fun, like that seems like the core essence of Doom. Like it doesn't have to be a deep story or anything like that. It just gotta look good, be gory, and be fun. So definitely looking forward to Doom: The Dark Ages at some point in 2025. And that pretty much does it for Xbox as far as first party goes. Now, I normally, I'll play everything, stuff coming out on Game Pass, stuff like that. But as far as what I'm excited about and anticipating, Doom, Fable, those are pretty much like the top of the list as far as those games. Avowed, South of Midnight, I'll play it, but I'm not like super over the moon for it. Outer Worlds 2, I never finished the first one, so I'm not super excited for it, but either way, I'm gonna check them out. But with that out of the way, let's get into PlayStation, which should be short because it's only one game, to be honest. Game was the big surprise we got, which was Ghost of Yotei. And again, if a game makes me want to play the original or any of the prequels or games that came out in the franchise before it's got me, right? Like I'm want to play this more, Japanese style. Like it looks amazing. I bought the original 2 years ago, still haven't gotten around to playing it, but I'm definitely going to play it before this comes out. Maybe do a video, retrospective on it for someone who hasn't played it, and before this game comes out, I'll do a video on that. But yeah, Ghost of Yotei looks great. Again, I know controversy, woman protagonist, whatever. I don't care about that stuff. Like I know everybody gets up in arms about that stuff. I just don't care. But this game is set hundreds of years after the original Ghost of Tsushima, so it seems like we're going to get Ghosts of insert name here as far as the franchise goes, and I think they got a really good thing coming as far as this goes. And PlayStation not having a lot of strong first party things that we know that's coming out, this will be great. Right now, that's all the big threes out of the way. Now let's talk about some of the third party / indie games that are coming out. And we actually got a date for this. This was shown at the Game Awards, and the developers super energetic about it and everything, which I love to see that, right? So we got coming out on March 6th, we got Split Fiction. This is coming from the creators of It Takes Two, which I haven't gotten around to playing either because you need someone else to play. But what I really like about this is it's taking that same, function of playing with two people or split screen. And it's also cool that only one person needs a copy of the game. Like it reminds me of back in the DS days when you only needed one person to have a copy of a game. But either way, it just looks good. The fact that you're playing this co-op game, but it's going across multiple universes. Like at one point you're in the science universe, at one point you're in medieval times, at one point you're the hot dog or whatever. So it looks really good. I'm really excited to check it out on March 6th, which is right around the corner. Next up on March 21st, we have Bleach Rebirth of Souls, which I don't think we've gotten a Bleach fighting game in quite some time. We've gotten every other anime. We've gotten a million, Naruto, Ninja Storms. We've gotten a million Budokais and everything like that. Now we finally get a Bleach game after, some time, and, 1,000-Year Blood War is doing what it needs to do on the anime side, but I'm really excited for this game, man. I'm, again, not a big fighting game person, especially, now people are very competitive and things like that, but this game looks really deep. Like it doesn't look like a regular, just a 3D arena fighter where they just threw whatever together, which Bandai Namco has been doing. We've been seeing cool, different, gameplay elements, people, the way they're fighting, the different ultimates, blocking, the way you can progressively reishi step, a little higher up in the air, and it's not just, flying around necessarily like Dragon Ball. But man, I can't wait to play this game, man. I don't even care if I keep losing. I love Bleach, and I'm really excited to get into this. So March 21st, going to be able to check it out. Speaking of anime arena fighters, we have a 2D fighter coming from the world of Hunter x Hunter. This is by Aiding, and this is Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. This game looks cool too. This looks kind of like that Dragon Ball Fighter Z / Marvel vs. Capcom, as you'll be able to have teammates and tag teaming and things like that. And Hunter x Hunter, again, one of my favorite animes as well, just like Bleach. And I don't know if we've ever had a Hunter x Hunter fighting game, so I'm definitely excited for this. No exact release date yet, but either way, I'll be there day one. Now, next on the list is a game that no one really saw coming. This will be a day one in Game Pass as well, coming from published by Kepler Interactive, developed by Sandfall Entertainment. But this is 30. I keep forgetting. It's like Claire Obscure 33 Expedition. I just call it 33 Expedition, but it's like a real-time turn-based RPG, but it's Western. And it's like the first time we've seen that Western RPG kind of have those JRPG elements. It seems like it's a little open world, probably more linear, but there's real-time, you know, button presses and commands. There's party members. You see the Persona style, you know, menus and things like that. Like, they look like they went all out for this game. And again, day one in Game Pass, so I'm definitely going to be there. Even if it wasn't, I would play it, and I can't wait to play. They got a great cast of voice actors, and this game just looks really good. Like, I don't know how it'll end up. You know, I would be very disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, if this game sucks, but I don't see that happening. So at some point late 2025, this game's gonna come out. And then for the last few games, I know I kind of said these are my most anticipated, but for the last few games, these are games that I want to play, but I may not necessarily be there day one. Everything else I named, I'm pretty much going to be there day one or within a month of playing the games. Other games, like there's Mouse PI coming out that looks really good. We got Judas coming from the makers of BioShock, Ken Levine. You got Elden Ring Night Ring, which I'm not necessarily sure about with the whole co-op. It looks cool in concept, and I loved Elden Ring, so hopefully that's good. You got Crimson Desert coming out. That looks amazing. That new Marvel 1943 game where you're Captain America teaming up with T'Challa's grandfather back in World War II. So there's a ton of games coming out. Listen, I know we never get to everything, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try and catch up, play older games, play games that are in the series of these other games that's coming out and everything like that. But that pretty much does it for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What are the games that I showed that you're most interested in? What are games that you're most anticipating for the year? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys had a great start to the year, hitting them gym goals, New Year's resolutions, everything like that. Check all the descriptions in the link below. Subscribe if you have not already. Leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.